One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on another SEC rival, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. So Ole Miss offense takes the field to start this game off. It was the farewell game for an Ole Miss great, Jackson Dart, and last season's Egg Bowl, down 14-10 early, but the old bullies just couldn't hang on to the ball, and turnovers killed them.
Yeah, Mississippi State had 3 turnovers, and when you lose the turnover battle 3-0, you're not going to win very many football games. The Egg Bowl is always fun. Jesse, we've called a bunch of these games. The hatred is real, the rivalry is real, so this will be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, oftentimes it's a game that's played before the weekend, like on Thursday or Friday night, so it really sets the tone. This is the amuse-bouche, you might say, for rivalry weekend. Mississippi State started fast in that game last year, David. 14 points in the first quarter. They just didn't score again. Ole Miss got the win. It wasn't enough to get them in the college football playoff, but I'm expecting fireworks in this.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. You know, you think back on the Jackson Dart era at Ole Miss, the best 3-year run in more than 50 years. Now Austin Simmons steps in, full of potential, Jesse, to lead the Rebels to further glory.
Quarterbacks have played so well under Lane Kiffin in recent years. You can even go ahead of Jackson Dart back to Matt Corral and what he was doing in that offense. So now the lefty takes over. This dude's got a lot of talent. He can make every single throw on the field. Lane Kiffin's playbook is completely at this guy's disposal, and because of that, you know there are going to be a lot of big plays for the Rebels.
In college football, you see this a ton now. And you use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Scanning the field, it's Simmons. They go to the wide receiver screen, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great play by the quarterback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. With the catch, it's Taylor. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at it matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the first down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
The run from the shotgun. Nice move to keep running. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. So many rich layers in this one. Dak coming off the bench, fumbles in the end zone to lose it, legs being hiked, coaches being fired. This has it all, guys.
And such proud people in the state of Mississippi that love their football. And it feels like, Palmer, these games always come down to something at the end of the game that's so fun and controversial.
What I love about this rivalry, too, is that historically there hasn't been a lot of conference championship implications or national title implications, but they play this game at the very end of the year, and it just matters so much in the state. Bragging rights for an entire season on the line.
Lost a throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Haas. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
And the Rebels started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He'll keep it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give is to Taylor. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Third down, red zone play, crowd alive. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Mississippi State's offense will go to work for the first time. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible.
He's got it along the sideline. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Really effective concept against the zone there, and it helps all the more, David, when you have a tight end that can get downfield.
No doubt. Take your tight end, put him in the slot, makes it easier, better matchup. Now he's got a good corner route. You can tell, sticks his foot in the ground, quarterback puts it up there. Know he's got zone, know he's got the big fella. He goes up, catches the football, makes the big game.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They'll run play action. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Looking downfield, it's Shapen. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Now the play fake. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
There's an example of a dude getting beat one-on-one with his quarterback getting closer and closer to his end zone, man. That's scary.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Reese, never a doubt. Are you kidding me? He had a 2-yard cushion there. Like, he knew exactly where he was on the field, trying to throw the ball down the field, create some space, right, to make it easier for your play caller. Quarterback gets sacked, but thank goodness it wasn't a safety.
The Rebels line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. With all of that heat, he wasn't able to get much on that one. No fair catches here, looking for room. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Looking to kick. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Here's the pressure. He'll pull it down and run. Got the 1st down himself. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got room to work. Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the 2nd level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Motion from the wideout. Caught in the backfield. It's Lee. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. Grab near the sticks, it's Dribbling. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
And the Rebels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And I'd love to see this offense be physical like this to finish the 1st half. Like, you're up by 3, put a good 1st half together. Going into the half right here, got a chance to make this a 2-score game, and I want to chew a lot of this clock. I don't want to give them a lot, so if we can run the football, be consistent, and add to our lead before the half.
And he gets nothing, and this defense is not giving an inch right on the goal line. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. He'll pull it on the read. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
He's looking to throw. Big guy smells it. How about standing tall after the catch and denying this man the end zone? The defense turns it over on downs. They'll go to the ground. And the defense expected the run, and they got it. No gain. He just gets it back to the 2.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Gives him a little breathing room. Picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Grab near the marker is Traore. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
From the gun, the running back has it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Really nice resiliency by the running back. Sometimes you just got to be able to turn the page, right? You have a tackle for loss the previous play, they give it right back to you, and you make the defense pay. Good vision, good athleticism picking up that first. Why not give it to him again?
From the gun to give, looking for room. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
To the air, it's Shapen. Quickly out to the tight end. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Bulldogs will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Mosley. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Gonna take a shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Simmons. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Taylor. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Following Ole Miss' 1926 victory in Starkville, a melee between the fans ensued. Imagine that in this rivalry. So the two sides got together and said, what we need is a trophy to calm the passions of each side, and they settled on the golden egg. Thus, the Egg Bowl was born.
Yeah, what calms everybody down more than a golden egg? I mean, just the perfect recipe. We have all been in the booth calling these games. Jesse, we know the adrenaline, the emotion that goes in this football game.
Yeah, they do not like each other, there's no question. And the funny thing is, that's actually a golden football. Back in the 1920s, I guess the football looked a little bit more like an egg. It was a bit fatter, looked more like a rugby ball, so everybody calls it the golden egg now. It's a beautiful trophy. Sometimes Mississippi State's helmets resemble the trophy. This is a game we love watching.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds a tight end. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the 1st down. Got to use their time wisely. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Ole Miss.
Waning seconds of the 1st half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. He's already made 1 field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. It is perfect. That brings them to within 1. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Man, so much to break down from a spirited start to this Egg Bowl between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Mississippi State and Ole Miss plays out.
The Rebels will kick it away to start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to start the 2nd half. Smashes through the tackle. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
To the air, it's Shapen. Using the quick game. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decision.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Back to throw, it's Simmons. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get the third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he was able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. This time he's got it. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
There's a great saying in football. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Well, my Jimmy's better than your Joe.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. And the Rebels Rebels will keep this drive going. So first down in the red zone, and this crowd getting behind its defense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
The Rebels will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So that drive covered just 44 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll try the run. Got the first down and more. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll ride the hot hand. Turning it on! And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Shapen. He's got him. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. The sure hands, it's Thompson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Bulldogs are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This offense has struggled to get any rhythm going, and the only success they've had is throwing to this guy, so no question here in the second half. They're going to try to do that more often, but the defense knows it. Nice job there in coverage, making sure that one fell incomplete.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll keep it himself. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. Wants to throw on third down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up, and you see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack?
And the Rebels decide to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Fair catch called for and made. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. From the gun, running back on the move. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass, it's Shapen. Got a man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And a nice crisp run, great job. Maybe expecting pass, in 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Booth. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success, and now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Thompson. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. Makes the grab on 3rd. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
And, man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. So the fourth down call works out for them as they try to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, that play, Reese, is going to give them a lot of confidence. Here they are. They're trying to scrape and claw themselves back into this one and take the lead. They needed that play.
Motion from the back. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this is how I want to operate. Nice job. He catches the football, makes a decision, gets the ball out of his hands, and let his playmaker work. Get the ball to the wide receiver out wide. He'll do the rest. He'll get the touchdown. Nice job being on the same page, quarterback, wide receiver.
Lining up for the point after and the lead. And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the fourth. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell the defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off play action. Oh, they're after him. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Off the play fake. Fires left. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Mississippi State! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
in-laws. Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for a man, it's Simmons. Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And back to the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Strickland. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. So that defense keeps the lead right where it is and a chance to build on it, David.
Yeah, the defense did a great job. Now, the offense, you know what you're going to get from this defense. They have to be aggressive. They're trying to get the football back later in the game, Jesse.
Because they're going to be so aggressive too, David, you know on offense now, you have a chance to break one maybe in the run game or finding a one-on-one matchup in the passing game to really pad the lead.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Trying play action. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
Dropping back, it's Shapen. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the first down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Back to pass on second down. Here comes the heat. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Great job by the defense ending this ball game. Don't give them any life. Great job forcing the fumble. You already got the lead. You take the ball back with a little bit of time. Nail meat coffee.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. They'll play it safe and try for 3. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Wants to throw. It's Simmons. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Play by this defense. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing, and you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. The Bulldogs had their day as they take down the Rebels and pirate that Egg Bowl trophy and take it right back to Stark Vegas. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.